Today we are in Matera. We're exploring the cave dwellings and the city that is built into the rock. We don't know much about it yet, but we'll fill you in as we learn stuff. We started the day with some light off-roading, navigating our way over large tree roots. We'd stayed in this forest for 2 nights, and it was a perfect in-between that allowed us to visit some World Heritage sites. We arrived in Matera and parked up with some other camper vans, and then took a 15-minute walk through the new town towards the ancient city. Amy had planned this day, so I had no idea what to expect. But when we arrived in the SASSI district, I was completely taken aback. And this is another UNESCO World Heritage Site in the city of Matera. Less than 100 years ago, this city was one of the poorest regions in all of Europe. It was even forcefully evacuated in the 1950s due to poor living conditions and hygiene. The tourism industry has rebuilt this town and made it somewhere worth visiting. The SASSI and its cave dwellings are thought to be the oldest human settlements in Italy, dating back well over 9,000 years ago. The caves were then re-inhabited from the 8th century onwards, when the city's population started to outgrow and overshoot the original Roman walls. But as time went on and conditions worsened, the European Union, the new Italian Republic, and UNESCO stepped in to relocate the people living here, as malaria and severe poverty had gripped the region. Now we're on a hike out of the medieval part of the city towards the ancient cave dwellings. They just look like holes in the wall on the rocks. But we'll see if we can get them. We'll see how Oro gets on this suspension bridge. Whoa. Okay, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Well done, Oz. It takes a lot of confidence and trust to leave the van again, especially for a couple hours while we go hiking. But we've done our research, and the place that we've left it has got loads of good reviews. There was loads of other campers there and cars. Looks completely fine. But we were saying that if we can't come and do something like this that we really enjoy, with hiking and exploring and getting the dog out, without being broken into, burgled, or have the van stolen, then it kind of, what's the point in being in Italy? So we're putting a lot of trust back in the system, because if we can't do what we love, then there's no point being here and doing it. Now, because this walk is a circular one, we are going to have to go back over Oro's favourite obstacle, the suspension bridge. Then we headed to a bakery to get a quick bite to eat.
Oh, it smells good.
And arrived safely at an unburgled van. Rush hour traffic. We took a wrong turn leaving the city. When in doubt, force your way out. We're 48 kilometers away from the Mediterranean Sea. We arrived at this paid air in a town called Nova Siri. It was 100 meters from the beach and cost us €15, including electricity and all services. It had plenty of bins, a water fill up and dump, toilets and showers. There were plenty of other vans here. It was extremely well organised, which is very strange in Italy. And that is the Mediterranean, apparently. Today is a reset day, so we're out of food and we're out of clothes again. Seems to happen quite often. So we seem to be in the middle of absolute nowhere. There's not a Lidl close or a laundrette close, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of a drive back the way we came. We found a Euro Spin, which, you know, isn't the preferred shop I think compared to Lidl, but it will do. So we'll head there, and then another 20 minutes after that is a laundrette where we can hopefully park, get some washing done. And then we're gonna head west with a slight tinge of north to it. It's a bit early to be headed north, but the weather really far south is quite bad this week. So we're gonna stay around Salerno, a little bit further south than Naples, and do some wine tasting and some chilling out along there. Tonight we're looking to stay on a free air somewhere halfway towards the coast, and then tomorrow night we're looking to stay at a winery or a vineyard. I've just messaged them in Italian, my best Italian, and they replied in English, which is always great. Shopping done, we headed off in search for a laundrette. We really were in the middle of nowhere. We've had to drive quite far to get to the Eurospin and then to here. We found this place on Park4Night and on Google Maps, but it had no photos on Park4Night and no reviews. So we've just taken some photos and updated the app. The shop cost us €59, and then this load of washing is €11, so £5.50 for the wash and £5.50 for a dry. So a bit more expensive than last week, but it is what it is. So we come from the coast this morning into the mountains for today. We're only going to be here for a couple of hours, and then we're going to get on over to a vineyard on the west coast of Italy. This place is a completely free air, and it's in a town of somewhere. It's got water dump, water fill up, it's got bins, and it's got about 20 places. So if it stops raining, we might take a walk into the town. But for now, it's raining, it's freezing cold because we're at altitude, but this will be an intermediate stop before we head on further. Wow, it snowed pretty much all night. It was really nice. It hasn't set though, which is good for us getting out of here today. But we'll leave it there for this video, and in the next one we're going to be heading to a vineyard on the west coast of Italy, meeting up with some friends, and then heading south to warmer climates.